What's up, fam? It's Brian Castrillo. Just watched She-Hulk episode 4. Absolutely loved it. Best episode of the series and a definite uptick from the previous episode, which was somewhat of a letdown. And I laughed genuinely at a lot of moments in this episode because I really enjoyed it. And the very first time I laughed was just the description of it, where it says Wong is suing another magician for unauthorized use of the mystical arts. I'm like, dude, you did the same thing to get the Abomination out of jail. Was that authorized? But let's get into it. Now, the big thing I noticed is that we got another TWD family member in here. That's 3 now. And to all the people who are saying, oh, people still watch The Walking Dead, well, clearly Marvel notices. So yeah, people still watch it. And the one I'm talking about is Rhys Coiro. Of course, he's Donnie Blaze in this episode, but he played Jed in The Walking Dead, one of Negan's saviors, who had a really cool role, but ultimately gets burned alive by Carol, which, I mean, she's a badass, so that's nothing to sneeze at. The other 2 Walking Dead members in this series is Nick Gomez and Steve Coulter. Now, in the beginning, Donnie Blaze sends this woman, Madison King, into this portal while he's doing a magic show. And by the way, I love Madison King. Her character is hilarious, and I thoroughly enjoyed her. But she ends up falling into another portal right where Wong is watching The Sopranos, one of my favorite shows. He's sitting there dancing to Woke Up This Morning, got a cigar in hand, and that whole scene made me laugh. But one of the things that Madison King mentions, are you the Goblin King? And I'm like, oh my goodness, that's what Norman Osborn called himself. Are we getting Norman Osborn, maybe a Spider-Man connection in this? Like, oh my goodness. And then she ruins the moment and where Adrian gets killed and he gets pissed. And that's what starts this whole thing where he wants to sue Donnie Blaze. Now, ultimately, that happens, and he brings it to court, and one of the things that she mentions is that she made a deal with Jake, a demon. I'm like, oh my goodness, we're getting a Mephisto into this. I'm like, wow, and there's definitely a lot of moments where it's clearly going to be Mephisto. I mean, there's portals to hell, at least. I'd be shocked if it wasn't. But then the dating scene, absolutely love the whole dating scene, made me laugh, where she, signs up in a dating app, dates a bunch of different guys, which I was laughing my ass off through that whole thing. Definitely enjoyed it. And then we get David Otunga, a former WWE wrestler, who they ultimately date. And one of the best scenes is like they're about to get it on, and then Wong, comes through and he's like, it made me laugh. He's like, I feel like your father. But he drags her in to fight all these demons that are coming up from this portal from hell, and they throw him in this other portal back with the snow where Zombie Doctor Strange and the Scarlet Witch were fighting, and I'm like, oh my goodness, are they going to be showing up? And then at the end we see Titania is suing She-Hulk for the name She-Hulk, and then the final scene in the post-credit scene, Wong is hanging out with Madison. Are they going to be dating?